Dorit, you and Kyle did a demonstration in Ojai.
Yes, we did. You're welcome. Scissoring is like...
Like 69?
Here, Dorit, can we show them? Yeah. It's like this. Okay, come here. Yeah, you... Dorit, assumed the position. Jenny was like this, going like this. If you're a guy, you're doing this. This is not impressive.
I didn't know what scissoring was, but I knew what OnlyFans was.
How do you not know what scissoring is?
How did you not know OnlyFans?
I'm sorry, it's a new thing. Scissoring has been done for centuries now, I'm assuming.
Has it?
It was on that cartoon show.
I don't think scissoring was on the cartoon show.
Yes, it was.
Can you have orgasms that way?
I don't know, I haven't done it.
Well, I'm just asking for the general public. Did Dorit know what to do?
No, but I don't think neither one of us knew. It was like, wait, what's happening here? Like, you know, like trying to find the right, you know.
Well, Dorit is a good time. But, you
Dorit's
know,
a good time.
She's a good time.
No, scissoring and tattoos.
God, where are we going in this f***ing show? My God, everybody has divorced and...
Oh my God, where is Dorit? Dorit, answer your damn phone.
It's fun. It's fun to step out of your daily life of being a mom to 2 kids running around and, like, you know, being with a bunch of girls in this beautiful, magical setting and wine flowing and everyone is game for being silly and provocative and all of these things, so.
I feel like in Ojai, everybody just like let their hair down and like drop their shoulders and everybody was just like having fun. It was like silly, fun girl time. I'm like, I live for this.
At that point, I was happy to be having fun. Again, I wasn't correlating anything happening today then. So you're just like, oh, they're just having fun. People are kissing each other. People are doing crazy things. Like, it was just girls' day out, right? But then now, of course, you have to like go back and question and, you know.
I tried to kiss Kyle at that luncheon. I guess I'm not her type.
Offended you haven't tried to kiss me yet. I'm very offended. Next question.
What did you think about Kyle and Dorit?
South Park. Scissoring was on South Park.
Oh, I arrive at Kyle's friend's celebration of life. And the first person I see is Teddy. Oh. She said something about, hi, I'm the gnat. And I was like, hi, and I kept on walking. And then I went and sat down. I saw Annemarie with Crystal, so I thought I'd go say hi to them. And when I got there, they were talking about your esophagus.
It's the esophagus that just keeps on giving.
Her small esophagus. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Bananas.
Why do you care?
I'm just taking information that I feel like the other girls wouldn't have known to put together and question, because to them, they don't know it doesn't make sense, right? They're not in healthcare. So I'm taking information that doesn't make sense. Crystal is taking it a whole step further, saying, well, you're saying she has an eating disorder.
Esophagus is not the reason. Did you have an eating disorder? Because a lot of acid reflux,
like,
let me explain. A lot of acid reflux or regurgitation can cause scar tissue in your throat.
You're implying that she has an eating disorder.
I'm not.
I get it. Crystal has an eating disorder, so she's probably more sensitive to that, right? And rightfully so. I get that, and I respect that. But don't put that on me. And I will always, 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 I hope you get that by now, I will always own what I say, and I will always say what I mean. I'm saying Kyle insinuated that Sutton had an eating disorder.
You're gonna tell everybody I don't eat?
Well, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I've seen you push around a plate and say that you have some disorder where you choke and can't eat your food.
I'm just taking information and putting a puzzle together.
I was very annoyed with Annemarie that night. Everywhere I would go, she would grab someone to talk about Sutton's esophagus. She would like go over and then suddenly she's like with Teddy talking and then Garcelle.
And I got up and I moved around. And then I went back maybe an hour later and there were more people talking about your esophagus.
I think those people had forgotten why they were there. You know what we call that in the South? Tacky.
I'm not purposely talking behind Sutton's back about this. I haven't seen her since. And I've seen other people. And I'm like, hey, let me bounce this off you because, again, this came from Kyle.
Kyle's friend committed suicide. And this organization, NAMI,
You're a big part of.
Well, I'm an ambassador for. And suicide prevention is a big part of what they do. And they were there that night.
Yeah.
So, and my father committed suicide. So if she thinks that she's going to come up to me.
She didn't know about your dad. She did not know about your dad, but
she knows everything about everything else, but she doesn't know that my dad committed suicide. I
She
do
did not know
not
that.
believe that for 1 second.
I wanted to talk to Sutton about it. And then Garcelle filled me in and said that Sutton's father had also sadly committed suicide. So of course this is not the night to do it at all, right? I'm gonna respect what we're here for, respect Kyle, respect Sutton, respect Lorene, and it's not the night to do it. So I didn't want to bring it up to her then. But then Garcelle went to Sutton and said, probably like, hey, she's talking about it again, which whatever it is, what it is.
It doesn't matter, even if she didn't know. Where are you, Annemarie? This is basically a memorial service.
Right.
We have family members present. What are you doing? I dare you.
Dorit, tell us about your therapy session with PK.
Listen, the last 2 years have not been easy, post-home invasion. There's a lot about PTSD that I've had to learn. If I'm surprised or taken off guard or anything like that, as I've learned, because I was surprised that night when the men came in my bedroom, and that feeling,
Right.
it just sort of comes back to you. So physiologically, you're in a fight or flight for a long time. And PK still didn't quite, I guess, understand.
There are elements I understand. There are also elements that I don't consider are PTSD. When does high maintenance blend with PTSD?
Him understanding and having compassion, for these triggers, and what I'm living with day in and day out is a really important thing in our marriage, because it's very difficult to not build resentment, and it's very difficult to go, your partner is your partner, better or worse, So since that therapy session, we've had multiple conversations. And I would say there's definitely not a very open, oh, it clicks. I get it. Wow. And everything is, it's like there's a lot of work that he needs to do to understand. And I think probably selfishly a part of it, he doesn't want me to be,
Yeah, of course.
in this situation.
It's like, I think about my conversation with Rob, it felt like he didn't understand me and my eating disorder.
I was sort of surprised when he posted about it too, because you don't always
Talk about it.
You don't talk about it.
So I think, giving grace to PK, it's because he obviously loves you so much. It's like, and I know Rob loves me. It's like, I'm like, why can't you understand that I'm suffering? And it's like, they just don't want to see you suffer like that. And I think that's part of the reason why there's like a mental block to allow themselves to feel that way.
Yeah.